Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to talk about all things brewing. I'm just going to share basically what I know about being a brewer and also how I make my money, whatever tips and tricks that I can think of that could help another fellow brewer. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the thing that sets us apart from other characters, which is the ability to create potions. Now, if you've seen my last video, there's really no point in making red potions because it's just so much cheaper to buy it off the NPC. However, when it comes to yellow potion and white potion, you could actually make a good decent living just by selling those. Very similar to the red potions, blue potion also have this awkward situation where a blue potion actually costs way too much relative to a blue herb that you can buy from an NPC at Geffen. Now before you start brewing, you also have to think about the cost of even starting. So first you have to purchase a manual, and the manual is going to cost you about 100,000 zenny. Every single time you craft something, you're going to need a medicine bow that you can also purchase from the Master Alchemist, and it costs about 8 zenny, and your discount ability does not apply here. Other than that, you also need empty bottles which you can buy in the Mage Guild. Each of this bottle, if not mistaken, is about 7 zenny. However, your discount ability will work, so therefore you can get it for about 5. Now if you're not sure what other ingredients you need, you can actually open up the potion manual, and over here you can see that for blue potion I need 1 blue herb, 1 empty potion, 1 skill, and obviously 1 medicine bow. So before, in the past, what I'll do is I'll go to a corner. The reason why is because I put my prepare potion at F9. When I press F9, I'm gonna click on the thing that I want to create, so let's say blue potions, and then I'm gonna press enter. So it'll be a click, double click on blue potion, enter, and it just broke twice in a row. So this is why I have a second account, which is a healer. Now her job is really just to give me some buff. So the 2 main buffs that's going to help is going to be Blessing and also Gloria. For your character, you probably has low SP as well, so Mag is also going to be a useful skill. Now you might be wondering, how much does the buff actually contribute to your success rate? For every 10 points in Dex or luck, you're gonna get about 1% extra, and then for every 10 points in intelligence, you're gonna get a 0.5% success rate. So Blessing will give you 10 dex and 10 intelligence. That will give you 1.5% extra success rate. Gloria is gonna give you 30 luck, and that will be 3% success rate. So that will be a total of 4.5% success rate. When it comes to pets, pouring is actually one of the best one that you can get for a merchant or brewer. The reason why is because once it gets to Cardinal, which it's just that I AFK'd and then he got hungry and now he hates me. When he gets to Cardinal, he'll contribute 2 luck, and you really have to debate if that is kind of worth having a pouring as a pet, simply because they don't really do much, and on top of that, they do come with a cost, because every time you feed them, you're using apple juice, and to make an apple juice you need an apple, which is only 15 zenny. However, an empty bottle is about 400 zenny. With discount, you can get it about 304 zenny or something like that. So it still comes down to about 300 plus zenny per serving. And 2 luck is just going to give you like a 0.2% success rate. Now, without really talking too much about the gears, you just really want to stack as much dex and as much luck as possible. Because intelligence has half the effectiveness, if you have a choice, you should definitely go for dex or luck. So Apple of Archer is great because it gives 3 dex. The cat hand glove is also pretty good because it has 1 dex, 1 luck. One of the better cards to have in your accessory is going to be the Zoram card, which gives you 3 dex if not mistaken. That will be 0.5% on 1 accessory, and if you have both with the same card, then that will give you 1% extra success rate. There are other budget cards you can think about as well, like Lunatic, Pouring card, which all gives you some amount of luck. Now currently I don't have any of those on because I'm still in the leveling mode, so using the Eden gears are actually pretty good. The problem is just that they don't come with a slot, so even if I want to, I can't put it in. Another thing to note is that if you're trying to be a pure brewer, you're going to spend most of your stats on dex and luck. This means that you don't have a lot of strength, and therefore you can't really carry that much. But there is an ability that could help you, which is enlarge weight limit, and this allows you to carry a little bit more. Now another good thing about Eden gears is that they actually weigh 0. This means that you could carry more at hand and you can craft more things at a time. In the past, what I would do is I would go to a corner, and the reason why is because I'll spam my F9 and then I'll click on the thing that I want to craft and then enter. So it will be like that. And sometimes I will click too fast, or maybe the server lags, and I will actually end up clicking on a platform, so my character will move. So this is the reason why I go to a corner. Now if you know how to use macro, this spamming process is going to be a lot easier. However, I am also kind of against macro, because if you have been to the Arc Dungeon level 2, you can see all the wizards there using macro. If there's enough wizards, there's basically no spots open that is not bombarded with AoE damage. Some keyboards and mouse actually come with their own macro system, so you can definitely use that. But if you do not have one, there is an easier way to brew, because right now by pressing F9 for my case and then double clicking on the potion that I want and then pressing enter, I'm pressing 3 different buttons. And because I'm only human, sometimes the sequence gets messed up and I end up crafting something else, or like I said, I would end up moving my character. So I found a different method. Basically you press your ability, so in my case F9, and then you drag the hotkey to what you want to create. So let's say I want to make a bunch of yellow potions. I'm going to put it on the yellow potion, and then I'm going to click on the yellow potion, move to where the potion skill is going to be, the crafting, and then just spam here. You'll see that right now when I'm spamming my mouse, it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't trigger anything. So I can press enter and then enter and then enter. Oh, I actually accidentally pressed the red one. Enter, 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 and this kind of makes it easier. Now let me make a few blue potions because I want to talk a little bit about them. So over here we have the blue herb. It weighs 7 and it heals about 22.5 SP on average. So over here we have the blue pot, and it weighs 15, which is more than double of the blue herb, and on average it heals about 50 SP. And it's not like you can carry double the amount of blue potion than you would with the blue herb, because the blue potion weighs twice as much. With all that said, if the blue potion is selling more than double the price of a blue herb, it kind of makes it not worth buying. Now I'd like to remind you that you can actually buy the blue herb from a NPC in Geffen for 60 Zenny before discount. Now the problem with crafting a blue potion is that it requires this sell thing, and you could actually buy this from an NPC, and after discount it's going to cost about 91 Zenny. And just by adding the blue herb and this material is already double the cost of 2 blue herbs. So crafting blue potion to sell is actually not worth it if the people are calculative enough to realize that buying 2 blue herb is actually so much more worth it than buying 1 blue potion. Again, simply because the SP heals per weight is about the same. Now let me show you a very simple calculation of your profit. So over here we have yellow potion crafting. So you want to get the herb. Sadly, I don't think you can actually buy it from an NPC. However, you could buy it from people. So as long as you're a merchant, you go to Alberta, you can purchase this license to buy things from other players. You could buy a yellow herb for about 45 Zenny, and a lot of people would actually sell them to you. Simply because if they were to sell it to NPC, it's about 20 Zenny. So technically you're buying more than double the price. Now here comes the interesting part. Let me just expand this a little bit. So the empty potion bottle costs 5 Zenny. Medical bow is 8 Zenny. The total cost from buying the herb to having these trees is going to be 58 Zenny. The success rate at the time when I did this calculation was about 86%. So this means that I have a 14% chance of failing. So what you can do is you can actually take this cost and bump it up by 14%. And this value in green is going to be your total cost for making this yellow potion. As long as you could sell it at this price, you kind of break even. Now with that said, most yellow potion in the market is selling roughly about 160 to 145. Now since we are crafting it ourselves and we want to have some advantages, we could sell it a little bit cheaper at 140, and you can see that if 140 minus this cost, you actually make a profit more than double. So therefore as a brewer, this is not a bad investment. Now you could do this exact calculation for white potions as well. The only problem is that a lot of people don't see the value in white potions. So even though I sell it below the cost of discount from NPC, I would still have a very hard time selling my white potions. But what's interesting is that you can actually take the white potion and sell it to the NPC and still make a profit. In fact, depending on how much you pay for the white herb initially, the profit coming from selling your white potions to an NPC could be more than double. Okay, that is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know down at the comments. I'll try my best to get to you. With that said, bye bye.